Are you tired of having to have separate bootable drives for each of your ISOs? Well, today I'm going to show you a way that you can take all these ISOs and put them on one single bootable drive. To do this, I'm going to be using a solution called Ventoy, which acts as a bootloader for all your ISOs. And basically what you do is you just install it to the drive that you want to act as your bootable drive, and then once you've done that, just throw all your ISOs on. I'm going to show you how to do that in this video. Alright, so now, first of all, we're going to have to download Ventoy. To do that, just go to ventoy.net, and then you're going to click Downloads, and then this is where we're going to find our downloads. Now, if you're on Windows, you get the Windows download. If you're on Linux, you get the Linux download. And if you're on Mac, you're going to want the live CD. Because I'm on Linux, I'm going to get the Linux download. And then it'll bring you to this GitHub page where you're going to scroll down and then get the download that you want. And by the way, I'll have this download page linked in the description. But anyway, I've actually already downloaded this file. I've got it right here on my desktop. So what we're going to do now is extract this file. There we go. That shouldn't take very long at all. But anyway, now we got this Ventoy folder. We're gonna open that up. And now the instructions for running the file are gonna be specific to Linux, but on Windows, I imagine you just double click the exe file and off you go. And on Mac, I think you have to create a bootable drive with the live CD. But anyway, what we're gonna do is find our Ventoy GUI x8664 file. We're gonna double click on that, and we're gonna need to punch in our password. Okay, now, I haven't actually plugged in my flash drive yet, so if you haven't already, you're gonna wanna do that at this point. And then refresh the device list by clicking this refresh button. And then you're going to want to select your USB flash drive, which I'd suggest that this should be the only drive plugged in to here, just to avoid confusion and avoid accidentally erasing a drive that has important data on it. So now, first, before you go click install, I would just quickly check that there's nothing on this flash drive that you need, because it will be erased. But anyway, I know for a fact that there's nothing on this flash drive that I need, so I will just go click install, then click OK, and then click OK again, and then it'll go quickly install Ventoy on the device, and then once it finishes, it'll say, "Congratulations, Ventoy has been successfully installed to the device." Now we can click OK, and now our Ventoy in package and Ventoy in device should be the same thing. Okay, so now we can close out of this Ventoy 2-disk application, and now we'll have a blank Ventoy partition on our drive where we're gonna go just put our ISO files, and you're gonna wanna put these ISO files at the root of your drive. Now I conveniently just happen to have this collection of ISOs, but unfortunately, those won't all fit on this drive, and even if it could, it would take a while to copy over USB anyway. So to save the time, I've actually already pre-made a Ventoy stick with a whole bunch of ISOs, and I've also put other stuff on it. So this is like my tool set, and if I look at my properties, I could see that I've actually almost filled up this whole flash drive. So I'm getting pretty good use out of it, which is what makes this program nice. That way I don't have to have one drive for every single ISO that I may have to use. And as far as booting from our Ventoy stick, all we have to do is just go to our boot menu and then boot from the drive, just as we would a regular bootable drive. And then it'll immediately give us a list of our ISOs, and then all we have to do is just select the one that we want, and then boot from it. You might have to choose another option like that. I just select boot in normal mode, but then off you go. Once you boot from the ISO, it works just like a regular boot media. Alright, so now I'm going to show you an extra tip for if you want to put Windows 11 on your Ventoy stick that will allow you to bypass Microsoft's arbitrary system requirements for Windows 11. So what you do is you're going to create a new folder, call it Ventoy, exactly like that, all lowercase. And then in that, you're going to create a text file called ventoy.json, Again, exactly like that. All one word, all lowercase. And then in that file, you're just going to put one line, which is these curly braces, and then control, in quotation marks, colon, and then square brackets, and then curly brackets within those square brackets, and then in quotation marks, exactly like this, all in caps, Ventoy underscore win11 underscore bypass underscore check, and then colon, and then in another pair of quotation marks, 1. You can look at this for your reference just by pausing the video, and I will also have this in the description. Now, in order to test to see if this worked, you could obviously boot into your Windows 11 ISO, if you have one on this drive, on a system that you know for sure does not meet the requirements for Windows 11, and see if it installs. But a better way to do that would be to press F5 to go to this Tools menu, and then go down to Check Plugin JSON Configuration, and then check Global Control Plugin Configuration, and then you should see Ventoy win11 bypass check, :1. If that's what you're seeing, you did it right. If you get something else, then you did it wrong. And that's how you put multiple ISOs on a single bootable drive. Now, you may run into secure boot violations that prevent you from booting your Ventoy ISO. That's because Ventoy doesn't have the signing certificates to clear secure boot checks. All you have to do is just go into the BIOS settings and disable secure boot. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you liked this video, found it was helpful, hit the like button, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment.